Welcome back to Figures of Speech for the Mind Volume 5, where we dive into the transformative power of language to understand self-acceptance, build emotional intelligence, and master these life-changing skills. In this video, you'll find only thought-provoking quotes designed to inspire and elevate your life journey.
They'll never find true happiness by comparing their woman to yours. Fulfillment comes from appreciating what they have, not envying what they don't. Happiness isn't found in comparison, it's found in contentment. True love thrives in appreciation, not in competition. They'll never find peace by measuring their world against yours. Fulfillment comes when gratitude replaces envy. The happiest hearts don't compare, they cherish. Comparison is the thief of joy, especially in love. True happiness is built on gratitude, not competition. I can't find inspiration in someone who hasn't learned to stop measuring their worth against others' accomplishments. True inspiration comes from within, not from comparisons with others. Those who compare can't inspire. They're too busy chasing shadows. Inspiration fades when the focus shifts to competition over growth. Greatness isn't found in comparison. It's found in authenticity. The measure of success isn't how others see you, but how you see yourself. You can't lead with purpose if you're following the path of comparison. To inspire others, first learn to stop seeking validation through comparison. Comparison breeds insecurity, not inspiration. When you measure yourself against others, you miss the beauty of your own journey. If it's done right the first time, there's no need to go back and redo it. A job done right the first time saves you from doing it twice. Precision in the beginning prevents repetition in the end. When excellence leads, there's no room for do-overs. Doing it right the first time is the ultimate time saver. Quality from the start means no need for a second chance. Redos happen when shortcuts replace effort. Perfection in the first pass eliminates the need for a second. If it's worth doing right the first time. Mistakes are lessons, but mastery is getting it right the first time. The time you invest in doing it right upfront saves double the effort later. Many see the rat race as fun and exciting, but in reality, it's just a never-ending cycle that wastes your time and energy. The thrill of the rat race fades when you realize it's just a treadmill going nowhere, chasing. The rat race may feel exciting, but it only leads to exhaustion, not fulfillment. The rat race isn't about winning, it's about wasting time chasing illusions. What seems like fun in the rat race is just a distraction from true purpose. The rat race keeps you busy, but it never gets you closer to meaning. The excitement of the rat race is a trap. Real progress happens outside the maze. You'll never find freedom running in circles. The rat race is a clever waste of time. Step off the wheel. The rat race is just a fancy way to stay stuck.
It's okay to step away from the race of comparison. That path was never meant to nourish your spirit anyway. Walking away from comparison culture isn't quitting, it's choosing peace over pretense. The race to compare only drains, stepping away frees your spirit. Your worth isn't defined by keeping up, it's found in stepping into your own lane. Comparison steals joy, leaving the race restores it. True freedom begins when you stop running a race that wasn't yours to join. Comparison is a race with no finish line. Let your spirit choose rest instead. Sometimes, the best move is stepping off the track and reclaiming your peace. Choosing your well-being over comparison is the ultimate victory. The spirit thrives where comparison ends. You weren't made to compete for validation. Your spirit deserves better. Honesty provides the reality check people need. Without it, their lives become nothing more than empty facades. Without honesty, life is just a performance played behind false walls. Honesty shatters illusions, revealing the truth behind the facade. A life without honesty is a stage where reality never takes the spotlight. Honesty isn't always easy, but it's the foundation of a life that's real. The absence of honesty builds facades, its presence breaks them down. Living without honesty is like painting over cracks. The flaws remain unseen but unfixed. Honesty doesn't just expose reality, it liberates it. A facade is comfortable, but honesty is what makes life meaningful. Honesty is the mirror that shows life as it truly is. Truth strips away the masks, leaving behind the beauty of authenticity. They'll never truly accept you in comparison culture. It's all about selling illusions, not embracing reality. Comparison culture offers no acceptance, only the illusion of dreams for sale. In a world of comparisons, acceptance is a mirage, and illusions are the only currency. They won't embrace you in comparison culture, they're too busy marketing illusions. Acceptance doesn't exist in comparison culture, only the facade of unattainable dreams. Comparison culture isn't about belonging, it's about selling the fantasy of perfection. They'll never welcome you in a culture that profits from insecurity and illusions. In the race of comparison, acceptance is a lie and dreams are for sale. Comparison culture thrives on selling illusions, not building connections. Stop seeking acceptance from those trapped in the endless cycle of comparing their accomplishments to others. Their validation isn't worth your peace. Seeking acceptance from those who compare themselves to others only invites chaos, not peace. You don't need validation from those who measure their worth by comparison. Your peace is far more valuable.
Stop looking for approval from people who can't stop comparing. True peace comes from within, not from external judgment. Comparison steals your peace and others' validation never truly fills the void. Those who compare their lives to others are too distracted to see your worth. Don't seek approval where it's absent. You truly establish strong boundaries when you let go of comparing your accomplishments to others and focus on your own journey. Real boundaries are built when you stop measuring your success against others and embrace your own path. Letting go of comparisons isn't just freedom, it's the foundation of true boundaries. Your comparison weakens boundaries, self-focus strengthens them. Strong boundaries come from valuing your path over comparing it to someone else's. Stop comparing, start growing. Boundaries thrive in self-acceptance. The moment you stop comparing, you reclaim your peace and fortify your boundaries. Boundaries flourish when you prioritize your growth over outside comparisons. True strength is found in boundaries, not in comparisons. To be an effective leader, one must have a genuine passion for understanding and respecting free will. A true leader values the freedom of choice, guiding with respect, not control. Leadership thrives on the respect for free will and the wisdom to nurture it. The essence of leadership lies in the passion to understand and embrace free will. Free will isn't just a principle, it's the cornerstone of great leadership. True leaders inspire by respecting the autonomy of others. Understanding free will is not optional for a leader, it's essential. They push you to settle down with someone who's only there for financial gain. That's the essence of comparison culture, measuring life in transactions, not true connections. Comparison culture thrives on transactions, not true connections. Don't let them push you into a hollow partnership. Settling for someone driven by financial gain is the trap of comparison culture. Seek real, not transactional. When life is measured in transactions, connection is lost. Break free from comparison culture's empty expectations. Comparison culture says settle, your heart says seek truth. Choose wisely. True growth isn't settling for a partnership built on gain, it's breaking free from comparison culture's empty ideals. Attention can only take you so far. True peace comes from cultivating self-awareness and self-worth. Peace isn't found in attention. It's rooted in self-awareness and self-worth.
The journey to peace begins where the need for attention ends. Attention gets you noticed. Self-worth gets you peace. Without self-awareness, attention is just an empty distraction. True fulfillment comes when self-worth matters more than attention. True peace can't be found in comparing your intimate experiences to others. True peace comes from embracing your own journey, not comparing your intimate experiences to others. Finding peace begins when you stop measuring your intimacy against someone else's. Comparison steals peace. True fulfillment comes from owning your own experiences. Peace is found in self-acceptance, not in comparing your intimate moments to others. They can't gatekeep you in a culture you've already outgrown and don't want to be a part of. You've outgrown the culture, so let them try to gatekeep. It won't work. When you've moved beyond the culture, no one can hold you back from your own path. You're not bound by a culture you've left behind, no matter how hard they try to gatekeep. Let them gatekeep. You're already beyond the culture they're trying to trap you in. The culture no longer serves you, so their attempts to gatekeep fall on deaf ears. Addictive personalities are often deeply rooted in comparison culture, where the constant need to measure up creates a cycle of seeking validation and external fulfillment. Addiction to external validation is born from the need to measure up in a comparison-driven world. The cycle of seeking validation is fueled by a culture of comparison, where addictive personalities thrive. Addictive behavior often stems from the constant desire to compare, chasing external fulfillment instead of inner peace. When comparison becomes a lifestyle, the need for external validation feeds into addictive cycles. In a world of comparison, addictive personalities are born from the constant pressure to measure up. Genuine respect begins with understanding their thoughts and needs. Respecting autonomy starts with listening deeply, effectively, and with intent to understand. You can't honor someone's independence without first hearing their truth. True respect for autonomy comes from understanding, and understanding begins with listening. Listening is the gateway to respecting another's autonomy. Effective listening isn't optional when it comes to honoring someone's autonomy, it's essential. You can't truly listen when your mind is preoccupied with comparing accomplishments. Genuine listening requires presence, not competition.
You can't truly listen with a mind tangled in comparisons. Presence is the key to understanding. Comparing accomplishments drowns out the voices of others. True listening requires focus and humility. Genuine listening fades when the need to compare takes center stage. You can't hear someone's truth while measuring it against your own achievements. True connection begins where comparison ends. You can't become a great leader without mastering the art of efficient listening. True leadership starts with understanding, and understanding begins with hearing others fully. Great leadership begins with great listening. A leader who listens efficiently leads effectively. Mastering the art of listening is the first step to mastering leadership. You can't guide others if you fail to hear them. Efficient listening is the cornerstone of impactful leadership. Leadership isn't just about speaking, it's about hearing what matters most. Free will is often overlooked in conversation, yet it stands as one of the most vital principles that shape our lives and choices. Free will is the silent architect of our lives, shaping choices we rarely discuss but always experience. While often overlooked, free will is the foundation of personal power, guiding every decision we make. The principle of free will may go unspoken, but its impact on our lives is undeniable and profound. We may not always talk about free will, but it is the invisible force that shapes our paths. The freedom to choose is not just a right, it's a principle that defines the course of our lives. Free will isn't a commodity to be bought. It's a guiding principle that leads us to true peace. True freedom lies in the power to choose, not in what can be bought. Free will is the compass to peace, not a currency for trade. The value of free will is measured not in wealth, but in the peace it brings. When free will is embraced, peace becomes the ultimate reward. Free will guides us toward serenity, while the pursuit of money leads only to temporary satisfaction. Technique is the foundation of true understanding. It shapes clarity and guides growth. Mastering technique unlocks clarity and paves the way for deeper understanding. True understanding is built on technique. It's the key to unlocking growth. Technique isn't just a skill, it's the pathway to comprehension and progress. When technique meets intention, clarity and growth follow naturally. Without technique, understanding remains shallow. With it, growth becomes limitless. What is wealth without mental health? True success means prioritizing your well-being over the endless cycle of comparing your accomplishments to others. What is wealth without mental health? True success starts with inner peace. Wealth fades without mental health. Prioritize well-being over comparison. True success isn't in the numbers, it's in the strength of your mind. Mental health is the real measure of wealth. Comparison only steals your joy. Break free from the cycle of comparison. Your peace is priceless. Just because you were taught to compare your accomplishments to others doesn't mean you're obligated to continue. You may have been taught to compare, but you're not bound to the habit. Break free. Comparison is learned, but freedom comes when you choose not to follow. Being taught to compare doesn't mean you must live by it. Choose differently. You were taught comparison, now teach yourself self-acceptance. Let go of comparison, it's a lesson you're allowed to unlearn. The best way to manage stress without drinking or smoking is to stop comparing your accomplishments to others. True peace comes from focusing on your own growth. True peace begins when you stop comparing and start growing. Stress fades when you focus on your growth, not others' accomplishments. Break free from comparison and you'll find calm without the crutches. Inner peace comes from your own progress, not from matching others. Let go of comparison. Your growth is where stress ends and peace begins. Comparison culture might dominate social media with the most views, but it lacks the substance and true leadership needed to inspire meaningful change. Comparison culture wins views, but it fails to inspire true leadership. So, comparison trends on social media, but it lacks the leadership to spark real change. Comparison culture earns clicks, but true leadership earns respect. Waiting for affection feels like standing in line, but when you stop comparing your accomplishments to others, patience transforms from a burden into a strength. Waiting for affection feels like standing in line, but when you stop comparing, when you stop measuring your worth against others, patience shifts from a burden to a strength. Letting go of comparison turns waiting for affection from a struggle into an opportunity for growth. Patience feels lighter when you're no longer weighed down by the need to compare. Stop comparing and watch patience evolve from a burden into a strength you never knew you had. Relationships don't change the reality that a man must wait for a woman's affection. Patience in love isn't optional. It's the key to deeper understanding and stronger connections. A man's journey in relationships begins with waiting and grows through practicing lifelong patience. True relationships thrive when patience evolves from a virtue into a way of life. Waiting for affection isn't weakness. It's the foundation of meaningful connection. Patience turns love into a practice, teaching us the art of understanding and enduring. To love is to wait, and to wait is to learn the true meaning of patience. Affection requires patience, and patience builds bonds that withstand time. You may encounter a lifetime of women antagonizing you, whether single or in a relationship, but your gift of emotional intelligence empowers you to rise above and maintain your strength. No matter the challenges you face with women, your emotional intelligence is the strength that will always carry you through. Antagonism may come, but your emotional intelligence is the key to rising above and thriving. Embrace the power of emotional intelligence to stay strong, even when faced with life's toughest relational tests. Women may challenge you, but your emotional intelligence is the true gift that will guide you toward strength and growth. It's a strange world with all kinds of people, and I can't help but understand why she might be so fixated on me. In a world full of strange people, it's easy to see why women become fixated on me. The world is full of oddities, but understanding the fixation others have on you comes with the territory. When the world is full of peculiar characters, it's not surprising that some find themselves obsessed with you. In a world of strange people, you can't help but understand the allure of your presence. We live in a strange world, and I can't help but recognize why some women might be so captivated by me. When you consistently practice breaking free from the habit of comparing your accomplishments to others, you unlock limitless potential for growth and success. Breaking free from comparison is the first step toward unlocking your limitless potential. The sky is the limit when you stop letting comparison hold you back. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed these quotes, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more inspiring content.